Hello YouTube, Zephyr here. Welcome to my race highlights of the Apex Racing League Split 2 Round 14 Championship race in Korea. This is my second race in the championship. I joined the league for round 13 in Suzuka, Japan. Placed second. The race footage is on my channel. For this race, however, I'm going to be trying something new. I'm going to be commentating, and I've got together some highlights. A bit of a shorter video. Unfortunately for this race, I didn't get much practice. The practice that I did get, everyone was going for option, prime option as a race strategy, tyre strategy, and I wasn't keeping the pace, so I decided to go prime option option to have the quicker tyres at the end. The only people to do this were me and my teammate, who started in 8th, and I had some pretty awful laps, and I started in 9th. So here we go. 4 lights, 5 lights, it's a long pause, and we're off. Looks like my teammate's got a bad start, and Fake Ghost's got a really bad start too. That puts us up 2 positions. Brake nice and early for the first corner. Get it right on the curb on the inside. Let everyone drift wide. It looks like Jack first hit Racing Genius there, pushed him wide, so that's given us another position. Looks like Fake Ghost is right behind us. We're gonna have to defend the inside here. It's slippery conditions, and we've all started on the dry tyres, so we'll be braking around 200. Bringing it down, really slow. Looks like Jack first has taken out Silver Arrow there. Fat first has spun, so that's given us another couple of positions. We're now in 4th. We'll squeeze Racing Genius down to the side. Give him enough room to get past, but he thinks better of it. Oh, they've braked very early. Round the outside. It looks like someone's dived up the inside. Racing Genius dived up the inside of Fake Ghost Pirate there and pushed him out wide, which in turn pushed me wide and lost a few places there. Try and get the cut back on Silver Arrow, who doesn't accelerate when I wanted him to, so he blocked me off there. It's unfortunate, but it's racing. Looks like we've all got this corner on. Silver Arrow being very cautious on this first lap. I know it's wet, but it's not that wet. Again, Silver Arrow not accelerating, that's frustrating. Oh, got a bit deep there. Thankfully there was no contact. Did push him off the track there. Feel a little bit bad. So, we're in 5th. 9th to 5th in 1 lap. That's, oh, it looks like Fake Ghost is having some troubles. Trouble finding grip on the options. We'll cut back here and get on the power nice and early. Around the outside, around this corner. Oh, he's locked up. He's taken us out. Oh, he's lost another couple of positions. Oh, Fat First has gone wide. We might be able to capitalise on that. There we go, up the inside. So we're back into 5th. Net gain through 3 quarters. Nothing. So, due to the conditions and the fact that it's still raining, we'll all be piling into the pits here. Choose the intermediate tyres because it's, you know, it's sunny, but it's wet. It's definitely intermediates. So, should be seeing a 2.9 second stop there, unless we get held up by people coming down the pit lane. We did. Okay, I lost just over 2.5 seconds there actually. So we're back out. I think I saw Fat First. Yeah, Fat First in front. Oh, Jack First in front of us. Okay. Okay, so we lost a position there, but it looks like he's had a really bad run out of the pits, and we might be able to take him down into this 3rd corner. I have used all the curves though, so I won't be able to defend down the next straight if he has a run back at me. Brake nice and early on the intermediates. I've locked it up! Oh, I tried to salvage it twice there, but locked up both times. All this auto braking, that's not good. I'm gonna lose so much time. Look how much time that lost. That's Jack first ahead, that's where we'd be. Look at Amstel right on our tail. Lost 3.5 seconds. Gone a bit deep into there. I'm struggling to find the grip, it seems. We'll skip forward a bit to the end of that lap. We're 2.9 seconds behind, so we've caught him a little bit, but Amstel is right on our tail. It looks like he's very good in wet conditions. Oh, we've got a little bit deep there. That's going to give him a perfect run. We're going to have to use all the curves. Thankfully there's no DRS though, because it's wet. Squeeze him to the left. I'm a very fair driver. I will always give enough space, but just enough space. Brake nice and early. You know what happened last lap. Get it turned into the apex. I've gone a little bit deep and won't be able to block the cutback. Looks like he's got it. And I used all my curves, so he's using curves now. Again, to give him just enough room to squeeze through. I have to concede this position. He looks like he's very quick in the wet. Oh, we both got a bit deep there, and he decided not to accelerate out of the corner, which is rather frustrating, but either way, it does look like we're catching the group of cars ahead. So, let's skip ahead yet again. Okay, here we are, beginning of lap 4, so a lap and a half on from where we were. Amstel set the quickest time, 1.5 seconds quicker than my best time so far, so he's definitely quick in these conditions. And it looks like two of us have closed in on the back of this group of 3 or 4 cars. Oh, it looks like there's been contact on the exit of turn 3 there. It's allowed Amstel to go right up through the middle of them. That's Fake Ghost on the inside, and Racing Genius on the inside, and Jack First on the outside actually. Amstel's managed to get past Jack First, but I think Racing Genius will hold the position around the inside here. Yeah. So Amstel's up a position, and judging by the pace that I have, I should be able to do the same as him and pick them off one by one. Oh, unless I go wide like that and lose time. I need to be nice and smooth in these conditions. It does look as if it's almost stopped raining. So maybe next few laps, time to... No, it's still raining. Okay, so apparently the rain has stopped according to the engineer, so within the next few laps we should be coming in for some dry tyres. It's a general rule. Oh, we're a little bit deep there. We really needed to stay close to him to try and take him down the big straight. We've got a really tight line coming into this corner, and it's compromised our exit. We've gone across the grass, and we've lost a lot of time. We were 4/10 behind, now we're almost a second behind. So, skipping ahead again. We've managed to catch back up. Oh no, we haven't managed to catch back up. We've maintained the 1 second gap actually. I think frustratingly we've not been able to go in. It looks like it's a very dry track though here on lap 6. We might be able to pit. Oh, Jack First has pitted for tries actually. Maybe that was a good call. So Jack First into the pits from 5th. That puts us into a net 5th position. Oh, we've gone deep there. Struggling for grip on this drying track with the intermediate tyres. We'll have to see how this lap pans out. I think I can tell you with the benefit of hindsight that at this point I'm already thinking that it might have been a bad idea. Now my suspicions are confirmed. It was definitely the best call to go in for dry tyres at the end of lap 6. The amount of time that I've lost in 2 corners alone so far this lap, 4.5 seconds. I've locked up again. That's a huge lock. I'm going to go so far off the track. I have to come back on the track with auto braking. I'm not taking my teammate out. That was close. I didn't see him till the last minute there. Going very gingerly around these corners. Look, these intermediate tyres have absolutely no grip. So I would expect to be seeing everyone on the mini-map hitting this lap for their dry tyres, because this is undrivable. Braking so early, and what would usually be a 4th or 5th gear corner. Took it in 3rd. Looks like Racing Genius having some issues over there on the outside. I'm not sure what's up with that. Oh, the engineer telling me front wing damage, but he can't really turn. I didn't realise he wouldn't be able to turn when I tried to go around the outside of him there. That was probably a poor judgment call on my part. So I've lost 8.6 seconds now. Another slide. These tyres just have absolutely no grip in these dry conditions. So, pitting at the end of lap 7, who's this coming up behind me? It's Jack First. Wow, he pitted right in front of me a lap ago for dry tyres. He'll pass on dry. Yep, he's on the prime tyres, the soft tyres. That's a useful thing to point out. That's where I would be on the circuit if I had pit in the last lap. It's incredibly frustrating at this point. I'm sat here, everyone's in the pits, holding my teammate up again for the second pit stop of the race. I have to apologise to him, that's completely unintentional. So we put the option tyres on. The option tyres tend to go around, I think it's 7 to 8 laps on this circuit. these super soft tyres here, they don't go that long at all. So with 21 laps left, my idea was to put these options on for 10 laps and the next set of options on for 11 laps and try to really push the length of them, assuming that the rest of the race stays dry. So with 13.5 seconds behind Amstel, and I can tell you that when I left the pits I was 10 seconds behind him, so in what's that, 8 and 9, 2 laps I've lost 3 seconds to him. So he's definitely quick on this track, has an absolutely blistering pace. Yeah, these tyres definitely have much more grip. See, we're braking at the normal braking zone. Probably running rich at this point. I did start the race with a cautious fuel load. Okay, saying purple pace here. 10.5 seconds behind Fake Ghost Pirate. Interesting to see him up in 5th after he got such a bad start at the beginning of the race. 16 seconds behind in front of my teammates, so I'm in a bit of a gap here. There's been no one in front of me and no one behind me. So, driving my own race. Aiming to hit the lap times. At this point, all of my preparation for, target lap times has gone out the window because of the rain. I'm not sure what times I should be saying at this point of the race. But look, again, we're on for a purple lap, so we'll have to absolutely nail this final sector and see if we can get the quickest time for now. Because as I said, it's Fake Ghost Pirate. He's lost so much time. Oh, he's on the intermediate tyres. He was on the green wall tyres. He must have stayed out this entire time on the intermediates. You saw how little grip I had on lap 7. He stayed out until lap 10. Wow, I thought I lost a lot of time. That was a very poor tyre strategy call. Making it 150 then, blocking up a little bit, managing to get it slowed down enough so that we don't have to wrestle it for auto braking. Ah, so there we go. Fat First taking the purple lap time back. So now we're in 4th. Vernie has just left the pits, and we're 3.5 seconds behind. Skip forward a few laps. Let's see how the gap's doing. It looks like it's fairly similar. It should be around 3 seconds again. There we go, 3.4 seconds. So we're keeping the gap to Vernie fairly similar. What I can tell you though, again with the benefit of hindsight, is that Vernie is running the prime tyre. I'm running the option tyre. So in theory, I should be driving quicker. I think both of us at this point are running rich. So in theory I should be running quicker than he is. But we're running a similar pace. And Amstel there setting the fastest lap a whole 6/10 quicker than the lap that I just did, which was my current best. So what we know for certain is that Amstel and Vernie both have incredible pace on this track. So at this point, what's going through my head is I'm thinking that I need to maintain the gap to Vernie, or do my best to not drop back to Silver Arrow. So I pitted on lap 7, so I should be pitting on lap 17? No, lap 18 for a new set of tyres. But here we go. As you can see, there is more rain this race. It's very cloudy, and I think the rain is about to start. It starts around lap 18. And I will need to pit for intermediate tyres very soon. Which is disappointing because these option tyres have done 11 laps, when in practice everyone was struggling with them after maybe, say, 8 or 9 laps. So at this point I should really be struggling on these option tyres. But it doesn't look like the track is at the right kind of conditions for changing to intermediates yet. I think I would lose a lot of time if I was running at intermediates because the track is virtually dry. As you can see, it's only just starting to rain. So we've got 2 or 3 laps left before we have to pit for the intermediate tyres. So I'm going to have to stretch this option stint a very long time. So maybe it would have been a good call to go with primes, we just don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But what I can tell you is that from lap 10 to 18, I've lost almost 5 seconds to Vernie. He came out of the pits 3 seconds ahead of me, and he's now 8.2, but he was, at the end of sector 1 on this lap, 9.2 seconds ahead of me. So he has some very good pace on this track. See, my pit crew want me to pit because my options have run their course. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to because I need to wait until the track is significantly wet enough, or sufficiently wet enough, which is what it should be around about now. Oh, still not pitting. Okay, so I think that's the right decision. The track doesn't look too wet. The telltale sign of when you should pit for intermediates is when spray starts coming off the bottom of the tyres. You look to the left and the right, underneath the speedo, and to the left of the helmet. You should see spray coming from the bottom of the tyres when it's time to go into the intermediate tyres. Oh, lock up there, double lock up. Gone very deep. Thankfully won't have to wrestle with too much auto braking, and the closest person to me is, oh, a good 15 seconds behind, I would say. So it's not too much of a worry there. Did lose me 2 seconds though, so that's, you know, every little bit of time hurts. This race, for me, was disappointing because if you look in Sector 3 in the minimap, the two fighting for first position is Amstel and Jack First. Jack First, who pitted a lap before me and caught me by the end of the lap when I pitted, so I lost around 20 seconds. And Amstel, who I was with at the beginning of the race when we were catching the big group of cars. So those two are battling for first place, and I'm back here having made a pit decision 1 lap too late. It's very frustrating, but 4th position in a league with as many good drivers as ARL is a good achievement, so I'll be wanting to maintain this position and not get caught by Fat Purse, who's now 12 seconds behind me. So, pit on lap 20 for the intermediate tyres, and I imagine that unless it starts to rain incredibly heavily before the end of the race, we shouldn't need to go to wets. Yeah. Look at the minimap, Fat First has also come in for the intermediate tyres, so I'm in no immediate threat, or I'm not going to have to fight anyone for position. So, it should, from here, just be a simple drive out to the end of the race. Unfortunately, a rather quiet race for me so far. Nothing really to shout about except the first few laps, where I was gaining positions left, right and centre, and losing positions left, right and centre. So, a couple laps ahead here. Looks like intermediate tyres was definitely the right choice here. Having to take things very slow, it's very slippery. If you look when we get up to speed here, you can see the spray coming off the bottom of the tyres, that's what I was talking about. So that very light plumes of spray. Is plumes the right word? Plumes of smoke, plumes of I don't know. Doesn't really matter either. Anyway, still 4th. Fat First is catching us fairly rapidly actually, it's an alarming rate of pace. We've got 6 laps left, I think, 7 laps left? 6 laps left. And we are about 13.5 seconds behind Vernie, so we've lost 10 seconds to him since he came out of the pits in front of us on lap 10. And Fat First is now only 9 seconds behind us, he was 12 seconds behind us 2 laps ago. He's catching us 1.5 seconds a lap. At that pace, he should be right on us by the end of the race. He should be very close. You see the pace here on the intermediates as I go incredibly deep into the corner, losing concentration. The pace here is almost 10 seconds slower than the dry option pace. So, let's skip the boring parts where I'm driving on my own. Oh, it looks like Fat First has had an issue, and Fake Ghost Pirate's now in 5th place. which is good to see after he made such a huge blunder not pitting until lap 10 off the initial intermediate tyres. It's good to see him fighting back for the positions. You can see on the minimap you could see on the minimap there that he was fighting through sector 3. You still can. Oh, again, same as the lap before. I just got a little bit too deep into that corner. I don't know whether I was losing concentration or... Oh, now that's disappointing. Faco's power disconnecting. Especially 3 laps before the end. I think he should still get points because he will finish 8th. Yep, he'll finish 8th. Oh, he'll finish 7th actually. There's only 6 people left in this race, even though it says 8 in the top. So he will finish 7th, so he'll get some points for that, but obviously he'd much prefer to get the points for coming 5th. I'm driving very slowly around this section, clearly struggling for some grip. Oh, a little bit wide there. At this point, with a 16.5 second gap to the car behind, and 2 laps left, I don't think I'm particularly worrying about making small mistakes or not concentrating as much as I should be. As you can see, lap after lap, just driving straight out into the runoff from turn 1. Doesn't really matter too much. Barring a disconnection or some sort of freak accident where I lose my front wing, there's no way that I'm not getting 4th at this point. Losing all concentration. Probably reading Twitter on another monitor. I don't know. Doing something other than concentrate on the road apparently. Oh, huge lock up there. Almost sliding it around the first part of the corner. 3 seconds down on the pace this lap, and that's probably 3 seconds down on the pace of a lap that had other mistakes in it, so... We just lost 3 seconds to Silver Arrow, which makes sense. We somehow have to lose another 13 seconds in 1.5 laps. Which, judging by the way I'm driving, shouldn't be too difficult. There you go, optimal fuel, have to switch it down to standard. Not using any of the accelerator around these corners. At this point, I think I'm more playing around for the recording than I am bothering to race my best. Now they're only 9.5 seconds together. At this point, if I make a huge mistake, ooh, like I almost did there, I almost sent that flying into the barrier to lose the win. I could definitely lose the 4th position. I'm getting a little bit complacent, I think. Maybe we'll see me actually concentrate on this lap. I've got it tucked into the apex nicely. Out wide, get on the curves, use about half of the curves down to the bridge. And skip to the end of the lap. So running nice and wide there. Will be interesting to see how close Silver Arrow is when we go through the end of sector 2 here. Getting it tucked into the apex there nicely and running it out. Down a couple of gears. Tuck it in. Stay in 2nd gear. Bring it round to the right. Got a little bit deep there. Turned in a little bit tight. 25 seconds now. In 3 laps they caught 11 seconds because of all the mistakes I was making. It's definitely not a position that I'd like to be in again. So, there we are, wiggling across the line to finish the race in 4th. So, that concludes the race highlights of my race. The Split 2 round 14 race in Korea. My career results in ARL so far are pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. I got a 2nd place in my first race, 4th place in this race. However, if I carry on this trend, I'm going to be getting a 6th place in the next race. So we're going to have to hope that that doesn't happen. Stay tuned to my channel for more highlights from both the Apex Racing League and the VirtualWDCPC League, who I shall hereafter be referring to as the VRL, because the other name is far too long. Check me out on Twitter at Dunn-Birch, and thank you for watching.